My first waiver wire pickup before week 11 is Kadarius Toney. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, isn't he on the majority of fantasy rosters already? I thought so too, but I was curious, so I looked it up on Saturday. I found out he's only 47% rostered in ESPN leagues. And it was after his first game as a Chief that dropped him under 50% rostered. You can thank those people who dropped him after his first week in Kansas City, because now is your opportunity to take. And on that note, I want to thank you guys in advance for liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Kadarius Toney had a good game in his second game as a Chief in week 10, going for 4 catches and 57 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets, while also adding 33 rushing yards on 2 carries. Kadarius Toney has such a unique skill set with such a unique ability. As most of us know, the Chiefs traded for him a couple of weeks ago, and we all knew at the moment that this was going to be a great fit. So his week 10 performance seems pretty predictable. But before we go all in on picking up Toney, there is something that is worth mentioning. Mecole Hardman was out in week 10 due to an abdomen injury. Was Toney's performance and involvement a direct result of Mecole Hardman being out? Maybe so. It really is possible. They do have very similar skill sets, so I do think it is worth mentioning. But here's the other important piece. Juju Smith-Schuster also went out mid-game as well due to a concussion, so this may have played a factor as well. But I don't look at this as a negative for Kadarius Toney personally, because all that means is that Juju Smith-Schuster may not play in week 11. But here's the real reason that Kadarius Toney is a must-add before week 11. If you question whether Kadarius Toney will continue to grow with Kansas City, here's what you need to remember. The Chiefs traded a 3rd and 6th rounder for Kadarius Toney. This is serious draft capital to give away in a trade. No NFL team is going to send a 3rd rounder for a player that they intend to keep on the bench. And Toney just proved in week 10 that he is ready to be unleashed. I expect this to continue even with a healthy Mecole Hardman and Juju Smith-Schuster. And keep in mind that both Hardman and Juju are on contract years as well. This tells us that the Chiefs are not going to hinder the development of a player like Toney that they just acquired in a trade for serious draft capital for 2 players that they don't even have under contract past this year. Kadarius Toney is here to stay, and he will continue to play well and grow regardless of the matchup. Because when it comes to the Chiefs' fantasy options, matchup does not matter. Pick up Kadarius Toney off your waiver wire before week 11. If you want to see a player that you should be trading for before week 11, click on this video right here. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and become an official Fanalyst today by clicking the link in the description to join the Football Fanalyst Network Patreon.